Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots. Bootlegger Shields, Dust Slicer, Spices, Bastards, Minions, Meat Text. I'm a useful idiot. Welcome. And today I want to talk about Iraq. And it seems like before, back in the old days, a story like this would have gotten a lot more headlines. I'm kind of struck by how much this isn't being talked about. And that's the fact that back 3 days ago, on July 22nd, there was a military-style assault on Abu Ghraib prison by ISIS. And it was a coordinated effort with simultaneously failed prison attacks in Taji, 12 miles away. And they also coordinated blocking any Iraqi reinforcements from reaching this prison break. Suicide bombers were sent in, and they had rocket-propelled grenades and mortars and a coordinated attack. And the bottom line being that 500 prisoners were released, including many senior Al-Qaeda members. Whatever Al-Qaeda means, it means probably Ba'athist and Sunni insurgents, but that's exactly who ISIS would like to have released from prison. And once again, we see these military tactics, very effective military tactics being used by ISIS. So I'm continually surprised by that. And we also have reports that the Battle of Tikrit is over, although there's been conflicting reports, so conflicting that I haven't really talked about this yet, but some reports say that the Shia-dominated militia offensive against ISIS in Tikrit has failed, and the Iraqi army has failed there with numerous helicopters destroyed. But there seems to be pretty vehement denials that that has happened. But that said, it looks like ISIS continues to forge ahead in Iraq, and we get confirmation that this is true from a senior member of Iraqi parliament. And he said that, quote, the number of escaped inmates has reached 500. Most of them were convicted senior members of Al-Qaeda and had received death sentences. So 500, and most of them senior members of Al-Qaeda. So this is quite a boon for ISIS right now, and that seems to be part of their strategy. I've seen other comments suggesting that the investment of their forces is well worthwhile, because when they take over a village, if they have 100 fighters that take over the village, they end up with 1,000 new recruits. And this is one of the ways that their forces supposedly are expanding exponentially. And we also have figures coming in for all the material that they've gotten. Some of the numbers are starting to show up. So now we have reports that they got 52 essentially siege howitzers from the Iraqi army, and those are showing up as far as Syria. And that's why some of the tables could be turned in Syria. And the ISIS pose a far more serious challenge to the Assad government than any of the other groups had proven to be. And then we also know that 1,500 Humvees have fallen into the possession of ISIS. And I think that is around the ballpark of the number that I suggested in a video I did on that topic. So to go back, we have 10 Iraqi police killed at Abu Ghraib prison, and that's rather surprising. That this kind of attack that would release 500 prisoners shows a serious lack of security. Like I say, if that kind of assault and it only resulted in 10 Iraqi police killed, it seems like a very low figure, especially because this is showing ISIS force in the field as a military strategist that seem to be very effective against the Iraqi army. But of course that says a lot more about the Iraqi army than perhaps it does about ISIS. And then last but not least, we have 600 have been killed so far in July, and a lot of them are suicide bombings. So we're seeing a continuing campaign of ISIS using suicide bombings to wear down regions that they will move into and annex into the caliphate, I suppose. So there we have it. Not seeming to show up in much mainstream news, but a military-style assault on, ironically, Abu Ghraib prison by ISIS that has released 500 new free Al-Qaeda elements into Iraq. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too.